Here are some brand new decks for the upcoming new set. Up on number 1, we have Articuno Blastoise with the new Vaporeon. The new Vaporeon has the ability to transfer water energy to the active spot Pokemon anytime and as much as you want throughout the entire game. Pairing this up with Misty and some high rolls, we can get Blastoise live for that sweet 160 damage for the Hydro Bazooka. We are playing less basic Pokemon because there's no room for it. The goal of the deck is to pivot around effectively without burning your water energies. This is why I love the new Leaf card. I called it. I said when we get a better retreat cost card or way to produce energy, we were gonna use it. Since Articuno EX and Vaporeon have just 2 retreat costs, we are playing the new Leaf card to retreat it and not burn our water energy. That way we can always fuel the next Pokemon. The goal of the deck is to get Articuno live, pivot around maybe with another Articuno or Vaporeon until you have your Blastoise ready to transfer all the energy. Up on number 2, we have Mewtwo EX as always, but we have Mew EX with it, which is a brand new addition. With Mew EX, the only problem with it is that it might brick because you're playing a lot more basic mons, so you might not see routes, you might not see Mewtwo, you might see Mew, but Mew is fine because Mew has 1 retreat cost and the ability to copy any attack, meaning you can even copy Charizard EX's Crimson Storm for just 3 energy. Also, a brand new addition we have is the Leaf trainer card, which means you can retreat Mewtwo EX for free. Pairing this up with Gardevoir, you have a massive amount of psychic energy to play with once you have it online. The perfect setup would be having 2 Mewtwo EXs as finishers and having the 1 Mew to pivot around as backup, and then having the 1 Gardevoir as well. Up on number 3, we have Charizard Ex with Arcanine. And why I like this build, it is pretty much the same, but we do have the 2 retreat cost trainer card. So we are able to conserve more energy with Moltres and Arcanine EX, and maybe even Charizard, because they all have 2 retreat costs. So you're able to swap around and not burn your energy. Number 4 on the list is Pikachu EX. Pikachu EX just got buffed. Yeah, sure, you can play the Electrode version, but with the new addition of Dedenne, you have the ability to paralyze your opponent with the coin flip with just 1 energy. And with this variant, you have the ability to play more trainer cards. So this deck is just stacked out on items. So we have the Pokeballs, the speeds to swap around, we have the potions, and the Giovannis, and the Sabrinas. And we have the new Leaf. So you're able to just pivot around and just basically any energy you get every turn is going to be put onto something valuable, and without burning it, it will not go to waste. Only way this deck gets buffed even more is if we have more healing items to just make Pikachu and Zapdos outlast your opponent. Number 5, we have Starmie Ex with Articuno. So this is a little different from the Blastoise variant because these are a little bit faster. Starmie EX being 0 retreat cost is essential for making this deck really fast, and just swapping the energy with the Vaporeon makes it so Articuno will be your finisher, and you can get a second Articuno to just pivot around. And then on top of that, we are playing the Leaf card. This card is amazing. You can pivot your Articuno easily without having to burn your water energy. And on top of that, we have Misty, which just makes the deck even more fast. Coming up on number 6, we have one of my personal favorite Pokemons, Machampion himself. Machamp can be paired up with Aerodactyl. With Aerodactyl EX, we do have the option to have a little bit of a quicker start for Machamp. But also, since we are playing only 1 basic mon, Machop is guaranteed. That means if we have Curve, we will always have Machop, Machoke, and Machamp set up. For this same reason, we do not play Pokeballs because we will always start off with Machop. Being 2 retreat costs was always a problem, but now that we have the new trainer card, we're able to retreat them out and have Aerodactyl EX tank until we can set up our Machamp EX. We also play the one raw Aerodactyl just in case we brick, and because of the card himself, it just flipping a coin to just get rid of your opponent's Pokemon, your big boss monster, that's kind of annoying. But that's why we play. It's always a good tech to have one Aerodactyl if there's room for it. Up on number 7, we have Aerodactyl Ex with Kabutops. We have to play the one Kangaskhan because we need a basic Mon to start. So basically, every game you're always going to start off with Kangaskhan because he is your only basic Mon. And since we're not playing any other basic Mons, there is no reason to play Pokeballs. You have your potions and your professor's research to draw into your fossil or amber and get to your Kabutops or Aerodactyl EX as soon as possible. As well as we are only playing one X speed and one trainer because the trainer is essentially just for Kangaskhan if you need it. And also the X speed is good because you don't need 2 retreat costs for Aerodactyl EX and for Kabutops. And for the final deck, we have Exeggutor Ex with the new Tauros. And I was thinking, like, how can I make Tauros good? Because he is 3 energy. But then I realized if he is 3 energy, and I thought about why don't we just put Exeggutor Ex as the main starter, and then when he is charged up, we can swap him out. This deck is focused on having Exeggutor first, so you can apply pressure to your opponent as soon as possible, and as well as tank for your Tauros in the back until he is ready to go. As you charge up your Tauros, you're able to determine whether your opponent is playing an EX deck or not. If your opponent is playing an EX deck, then you get the Tauros in as soon as possible. If your opponent is not playing an EX deck, then you just focus more on Exeggutor for this matchup. What makes this deck really good is that we have Erica to heal our Exeggutor to stall more, and we have the new trainer card to swap out Exeggutor easily for our Tauros, or other way around. If you start off with Tauros and you need him to retreat back because he's 2 retreat costs, that's where you would swap in for the Exeggutor with the new trainer card. We play one Sabrina because we want to swap in our opponent's EX Pokemon if it's in the bench. You could play 2, but I also like Giovanni because Giovanni enables Tauros to kill 130 HP Pokemon, or sometimes you need it for Exeggutor as well. But yeah, that's it, guys. That was all I was able to come up with in the short span of time, but I'll keep cooking up decks as soon as I can. I can't wait to try out these decks as soon as they drop. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed. And if you have any other deck suggestions, let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you guys on the next one.